All right, everybody. So, this is Anna Khayos Studios, and today I want to share with you guys another sketchbook. This was originally a journal. Someone gave me this a long time ago, and I picked up this book on and off just randomly. I know that I could get a regular sketchbook, but something about drawing on line art just kind of takes me back to when I was a kid. And, it kind of forces me to just kind of be more loose and not to worry too much about, it's like, oh my God, I need to make this perfect. It's just freestyle. For me, it's just freestyle. So this book I mostly use for, like, if I know I'm going to a long meeting and there's no internet. If I am, not I want to say meeting, but like the DMV where you're just sitting there waiting forever. Doctor's appointments, waiting on somebody, and I could just find a little cafe to sketch. I like to just kind of, use this. And normally I have my phone, I have a folder in my phone which is lock and loaded with a ton of photos that I like, that I find interesting, or that I myself have taken. And I just kind of use that for like my just kind of references, or because sometimes I don't even have my sketchbook on me. I just get stuck somewhere, and as long as I have paper and pencil, I can entertain myself, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and get started with the sketchbook. Again, I come from a sequential art, so traditional illustration first, then sequential art, and I've been picking this book up and down since 2017. And a lot of these photos, and I'll be honest right now, I am not the original photographer. I do go online and I look up figure drawing. I used to teach figure drawing at the university, and I love especially hands. My hands always get kind of wonky after a while, so I just use a basic ballpoint pen, like a cheapo pen that you get for like 25 cents. So this is mostly my tool when I pen. No fancy tools, no nothing. It's just this, a really basic Bic or whatever pen I got laying around, and I just start drawing. And then what I do is I'm drawing these, I time myself. So right here, I also try to write down the name of the photographer, what was the date, and how long it took me. So right here, we're looking at a 15-minute sketch, 10-minute sketch. This right here is 15 minutes. This right here was an hour. And then the hands, we're looking at 10 minutes, 10 minutes for the eyes. So yeah, so this is the kind of stuff that I tend to do. I try to draw people in all kinds of professions. Based on what I was doing at the time, I do tend to draw a lot of like uniforms and gear and all that stuff. So this was me memorizing some uniforms and all kinds of stuff. So here, I don't know who PC Miller is, but I saw his photo online. I thought it was quite interesting, so I doodled the man. Right here, we're looking at pictures of feet. This young lady, again, I don't know who they are, but it was a beautiful photo, so I try to replicate it using ballpoint pen. I did when I was younger, and I was doing art school, we had to draw a lot of still lifes, and the instructor was very adamant about us kind of trying to draw from, like, believe it or not, bones. So this is something to today. Like, a lot of people see, like, I have like some of my personal social media, and I post a lot of medical stuff because, one, my mom was a nurse, so I grew up with all the medical books and stuff like that. But my instructors always taught me to learn from the inside out. In order to be able to do something well, you have to understand how the body works. So studying bones, studying muscles is something that I did often. So right here, here's your study. This one took me a couple days, and so I don't even know what the timing on this is. This one was a 4-hour sketch. This was probably me picking it up and down for several days, because sometimes I have to do that. I can't work consecutively on an image, so I'll pick it up, and that's what probably says 12/28 2017 all the way to 1/1/2018, because I was probably putting it up, putting it down. I do try to study all kinds of anatomy, everything from women, men, fit, unfit. I know right here there's a lot of fit photos, but I try to draw all kinds of folks. And as you can see, this is more of my cartoony stuff. This was me I was bored. I can't remember where I was, but I had like some color pencils on me and a ballpoint pen, and I just started designing some characters. Right here, this is another one. I was experimenting with some what's it called, marker or watercolor. I can't tell which one it is. You can see my pencil lines underneath that right there. Again, saw a great photo, and I'm just like, hey, that's kind of neat. If I were to go back, I'll definitely make his skull a little bit bigger right here. I think I make his head too small because I was running out of space. the usual artist dilemma. I ran out of space, so I'm gonna try to squeeze it in. So I'm guilty of that right there. Not my finest one. Again, right here, just drawing some out of some photos. Alright, this one right here was 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, so if you see a lot of dudes, well, I'm a straight female, so of course I'm going to draw dudes. Okay, so right here you see I was studying a lot of human anatomy. I can't remember, I was working on some comic book stuff at the time. I was designing something, so I was looking at a lot of like musculature. I was trying to just kind of polish my knowledge on muscle structure. And then right here is where I start doing more of my hand studies. You can see right here, this is like 2022, so I'm skipping time machine. There's a big skip between 2018 and 2022. Again, I pick up the sketchbook up and down, on and off. And you can see this is just me looking at some photographs, 35 minutes, 1 hour, 20 minutes, and this is just me just studying some of my anatomy. And then right here we jump over to, again, 2022, different pen. Believe it or not, I know that looks really weird. That's what the photo looked like, because I had to put it side by side. No, that's exactly what the photo looked like. It was crazy. Right here, me studying punching. I don't know why this right here, the knuckles, I always kind of fumble that when I draw, so I always like to kind of, before I have to draw a lot of hands, I like to refresh my anatomy in my head. So this is pretty much what I do. You see right here, more hand gestures. Okay, doing that right there. And again, this is from 2022. I went through like a phase for a couple weeks where I was just drawing nonstop. Oh yeah, I remember. I went through this, I'm gonna draw every day, and then I got sidetracked. But in the little bit of time that I was doing it, you could see that I was still retaining a lot of my information, and I still want to go back and try, do this. Again, just start to continue to draw almost every night. It's one of those things that, you're an adult, you got responsibility, and sometimes by the time that you do have time to draw, you have to allocate your time to your loved ones in your house, so you don't get the opportunity to just kind of do whatever you want whenever you want. Again, this right here was a giant bug. Again, Xavier Larex was the ArtStation. Okay, they have some really cool bug pictures. Okay, more of the action poses right here. This is by Young Giant Photo, and this took me about 4 hours to do. And then there was another great one. And again, I was learning how to hold samurai swords, because maybe I saw a show that had samurais, and I wanted to learn more how the martial arts and what the bones did and what the muscles did and how they hold the sword properly. Because let's be honest, we all see a lot of BS illustration where things are not held correctly. So I like to look at references from real life. And you can see right here, more anatomy studies. And some of these are real quick. Like this is a 5 minute, this is 15 minutes. I was studying tendons and I was trying to learn how to draw claws. More dynamic posing, random bugs for some reason. I don't know, maybe I saw a cool bug and I was like, hey, that's cool. And then this right here skips to 2023 when I am drawing a picture of a bird. I believe I was doing a project with feathers. And I was trying to just kind of orient myself. It's like, hey, this is what feather looks like. Because a lot of people tend to do the cheap line and then they do like the streaks. But feathers have, depending on where they're located in the body, they have different purpose for that bird to be able to fly. So there's different types of feathers on there. Again, 2023, more figure drawing. And again, if you go to DeviantArt, you can find yourself, there's a lot of people that they do nothing but posing. So I highly suggest to do that. This is some of my personal artwork. This is the Halian Rider, 2024. This is from the Halian Rider too. This is just me just refreshing. I was drawing my comic book at the time, so I kind of was refreshing my mind what these characters look like. My fiance, he's a big nerd. And then right here, this was just a random sketch that I did of just the random nonsense. Just random nonsense. And then again, went to the zoo. This was 2024, and I took a bunch of pictures of a lot of animals, and I was just kind of splicing them together as I was going through the photos. Because let's be honest, just the plain photos kind of ugly. Like, it's just not really ugly. It's kind of plain. So I always like to do like these like animal collages and plant collages as I gotten older. And then here's another one from that zoo visit. And again, all I'm using is El Cheapo pen here. I'm not using anything fancy or anything special. I just use basic basic ballpoint pen, and then my knowledge of high contrast, low contrast, and all that fun jazz. This is one of my most recent one, 2025. So this kind of brings me up to where I'm at today. And then this was last night. And again, not all these are gold, but that's okay though. That's okay. It's a sketchbook. This is my, I pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. You know, I just kind of just, this is like my one very casual sketchbook. Like it's not my everyday. I just kind of pick it up whenever I just don't feel like looking at a monitor, don't want to be around people, have to wait somewhere. It's just like my little basic to-go book. And again, this was a gift from a friend. They gave me this a long time ago, so I don't even know who gave it to me, if I may be frank. I am such a bad friend. But I do use it. So my friends who giving me art supplies, yes, I do use them. But anyway, guys, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Like I said, I'll continue to bring out more on my sketchbooks and continue to kind of share my process to them and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So if you do like this type of content, please support the channel by liking and subscribing. And as usual, guys, if you have any questions for me, you know, just go ahead and post it in the comments. I do my best. I try to check it every day. Check the comments at least once a day to make sure I didn't miss anybody's feedback or comment or whatever. But anyway, guys, till next time.